It took a direction that we didn't expect it to take.
At the beginning I was like, will it work?
I was like, how am I going to do this?
It's about adventure and getting out of your comfort zone.
This was like a completely creative outlet.
It's just something I think I'm always going to remember.
Grand Challenge is not like an ordinary project.
The Grand Challenge was established in 2016 as the biggest single institute design project in the world. We have students from different disciplines and backgrounds, and they deliver an interdisciplinary project for a very meaningful output. This year's theme is design resilience, and design resilience to us can be defined in different ways.
It could be physical resilience to things like the changing weather, to the physical threats that climate change brings.
We've also got them to think about the intangible: language, faith, tolerance, love, and history.
It's an inquiry into what resilience is.
We all had different understandings of what resilience is. It was pretty much textbook definition going into it.
When we actually spoke to the locals, we realized that for them it was more about nurturing, empowering. It's more about celebration, people coming together. Eventually, our definition of resilience changed completely.
I think resilience is really focused on who are we now, how could our life be better or different, and how do we sustain that momentum?
I think resilience really relies on connection. I don't think you can have a resilient community with individuals who are just pushing the ball forward. You need to have a collective, a group of people who all believe in the same thing.
We have taken a winding path to get here.
We actually took a lot of detours, went everywhere. We sometimes jumped to conclusions a bit too early, so it was very messy, but I think in a good way.
We're looking for our students to develop creatively driven and innovative solutions to a lot of the challenges that London boroughs face.
There's a richness about each borough. I think what's so special about London is it's so diverse, in terms of cultures and social class.
It's very much a kind of ground-up approach rather than a top-down approach. So as opposed to looking at a borough and generalising what the problems might be, looking at small, much more actionable kind of interventions that support people on a local level.
Where are things flourishing already? Where do people have the talent and the will and the networks to do things for themselves? That's a different way of thinking about design, but it's also empowering and I think can be respectful and equitable to design in that kind of way as well.
It was quite great just being able to go out and visit the area and not really assume what the problems are, but really go find your own problems through investigative research.
Initially, we were encouraged to go and just speak with people.
I would say it's all about courage.
We talked to many people and they were all so approachable.
The more that you dive into it, the more you uncover and find all these deep-seated stories that you can pull on as inspiration.
We really work with the students to take a kind of sensitive approach to how they enter into communities, how they approach people.
To have that kind of sensibility is very mature.
We want to embrace this authenticity of this community and let people discover it.
We can connect people and the community and to make them more like a family.
A lot of the emphasis this year has been on helping the students to do design which is more sympathetic and more participatory as well.
By thinking about co-design, students are able to design with communities rather than for communities.
We managed to identify that the whole community is built on a very strong volunteering system. So it's a foldable kiosk that can expand in multiple ways and you can combine it with other parts as well, create very interesting shapes. And this could be something that everyone can help co-design.
Our borough is Haringey. Through exploring, we realized that they have a lot of street art and that it was kind of a different variety of street art depending on where you were. And for our project, we've created a tapestry, and it's going to be an interactive map that you tap using your phone, and it takes you to this archive of images, and it's collected all these resources and stories of different parts of the boroughs. A lot of the elements that we're taking are because these artists have already created these pieces, and we're just helping put it together.
They're also seeing how different ways of interpreting the same project potentially open up new ways of thinking about it.
There's not one solution, and you see that. We have multiple teams at our borough, and we've all come up with different ideas, which is also awesome.
If we're going to address big challenges, it tends almost always to be people working together.
That's very much part of the learning process, is how to work as a group and how to communicate effectively with each other.
How good are they at working in teams? How collaborative are they? Are they leaders? Are they innovative within that? How do they negotiate?
I think one thing that might have been a bit tough at the start was the different ways of working.
In my group, we all are from different disciplines.
I'm from IDE, Innovation Design Engineering.
Fashion design,
textile, service design,
design products.
I have never worked with this group of people ever before.
We are also supporting each other in other projects, even outside of Grand Challenge, because our skill sets are matching.
Though we study different things, we do have a common goal of wanting to design for people, and we all just do it in a different way.
Our project is about encouraging people from multi-ethnic background to come together and talk about their culture through thrown away objects. Mutually believe that every waste has to say something about people it belongs to. And in that, we came up with the Waste Festival, wherein all of them will bring one thing that is waste, but it talks a lot about their culture, their diversity, their values that it holds.
Our design proposal is making a new boat service aimed at people over 65 to basically act as an excursion starting point to go into the town centre, stopping off at some piers on the way.
270,000 people over the age of 65 will go more than a week without speaking to any friends or family. Our idea that we came up with for the Ealing Borough was the fashion show that was focused on anybody over 65 to kind of shine the spotlight on them.
We are looking at ways of trying to connect the green spaces for the flighted animals, the birds, the butterflies, and the bees to encourage migration throughout the borough by hanging these small gardens above the streets. This project that started over here, thinking about how do we protect humans, then became how do we protect the entire community of the borough.
I think Grand Challenge has made me realise how amazing London is. It's allowed me to explore another part of London which I wasn't really familiar with, but look at it from a particular angle.
As much as it's challenging, there's a lot of fun.
Everyone is pushing all together.
It's been part adventure, part collaboration and exploration. I think we're all pretty happy with where the project has led us.
It's unlike a project that I've ever done before.